What up, T-Law Fitness? What up, Dank? What up, EW? What's up, what's up, what's up? Uh-oh, we got Billy Boob. Dang, bro. Still has conviction. What the hell? What the hell? I bailed on crypto. Hey, man, don't bring your negative vibes over here because you bailed on crypto. Last year, and I got back in 2014, and I feel like the best games are behind us. You just really came to the chat to like express a personal feeling, and honestly, I'm not Dr. Phil or like Oprah. Hey man, you jumped out of crypto already? Damn, sucks to be you, right, dude? It sucks to be you. But hey, shout outs to Billy Boob pulling up, man. What's up, y'all? How y'all feeling? Hope y'all chilling, man. Make sure you hit the like button, the subscribe button. Oh wait, hold on. This Puffco is puffing. Hold on. Are people still here? Shit. Nah, I didn't want to lower the music yet. I was talking shit about Billy Bob while I was getting my coffee. Or Billy Boob, excuse me. My bad, Billy Boob. I juped your name. I juped it. My bad. What's up, y'all? This your boy Crypto, bruh. AKA More World Peace, the DJ/producer, coming back again with another one of these videos about the crypto world. How everyone else is like telling me I got too much conviction. Well, I don't even know what the hell that means, bro. This is life. Crypto is life. It is not like, it is nothing other than life. Okay, if you join this industry like me, you in this bitch. Only way out, as they say in the streets, is in a box. So, yeah. Your boy Crypto Bro has conviction because I am not like the rest of these YouTubers who are just gonna continuously hippity hop over different types of ideologies rather than latching on to the most like what do you call this? I don't want to say resistant, but like what we're cooking in Zen is 100 times more sophisticated than anything else happening in crypto. There's no other project more sophisticated than Zen. right? So I can understand how people are like, oh, you still got conviction, but it's just like, yeah, man, I live for this shit. And if you really live for this shit, as we can see, you did not, because you started in 2014 and you didn't actually catch the love bug, right? I think, again, people who are still here from 2014, they understand Satoshi's vision. That's what they got hooked to in crypto. It wasn't about the gains. It wasn't about the glory. It was about fixing the earth, fool. So, I mean, yeah, like, you know, you can go back to the real world, but that ain't going to help the earth. And that's what Zen is actually doing, and why people can't comprehend it, because I could say that literally and mean it, and people would still be like, that's a bunch of bullshit, and never research. And that's actually great for everybody that's here, because that's what you want. You actually want to be a part of projects in the future where people look at them and they say, hey, I don't know about this one because of XYZ 1, 2, 3, right? So again, in the Zen world, it's a very special world. You got to find out where you stand. I've been saying that there's a lot of different ways to find your place, right? And that's what we talk about here on this channel, man. We talk about where we are. And the current status of Zen is you're dripping in Ethereum blockchain, right? So if you've been gone and now you're trying to come back to Zen because you're trying to catch the wave, because you left the wave, because you got real life shit going on, and you hokey pokey in the crypto world, now you're trying to hokey pokey it back in, get some gains real quick and exit. I hear you. So if you're in that or if you're in that area of crypto and you're coming to Zen world, trying to seek where the truth or where the vibe is, you need to be in Ethereum. Everything else is lame. That's what the last year of Zen has told us. When we look at the volume, I think things are about to really change. And I'll speak about it if we get closer to it. But yeah, some things are going to really change now. The old narrative that was pushed before today, right? Unless you believe the crypto bro narrative, which is been going pretty all right. Everything is actually, it's been on spot on, right? We predicted that eventually all the Ethereum transactions would be Zen. Now, I didn't think of how it would happen, but the gas is the giveaway that most transactions happening on Ethereum is the Zen contract. So these transactions might not be like your typical transaction where somebody's going to buy, sell, or receive some shit. This is more of just like a user using the chain and like formulating transactions for themselves. I feel like it's just like, you know, like the internet, man. People want to be here. Tell them to stop. I don't know why they want to be here, but they want to be here, and they're making Zen. They're making it on ETH, and this is the billboard. So the chancers are taking a chance on Ethereum Zen, and we've been right about this one. The other thing we've been right about so far is natives and how they work in like the Zen, I guess you could say, like chemistry. In Zen chemistry, you gotta know how Zen really works. And the thing that governs supply is the G rank, right? Every single Zen coin has to go through the G rank, because when the person made it, they claim the C rank, right? And the C rank is subtracted by the G rank, which creates a number that's added to a scale that lets the scale know if you new, if you old, or if you very old. And the older you are from from the current G rank, or how do you say it? The further you are from this current G rank, the better. The closer you are, that means you're gonna have less participation between you and your participation, which is going to affect your supply and the total supply of the overall network. So there's not a lot of inflation because people aren't pumping G ranks. But then again, when G ranks do pump, inflation does tick up, but it's scaled and it actually has a cap. Nobody really talks about this, but yeah, Zen actually has an inflationary cap where every day it would hit this number, and then we would need the day to go and come back, and then it would do it again because it needs 24 hours to redo the formula, right? And it's like almost everybody packs in and gets like an average when we get to a certain amount of participation at one time, which is very unique about Zen and its tokenomics. Again, it's if you're not hip because you're here, you're trying to figure out what the fuck Zen is. All right, Zen is an inflationary coin, and inflation is good. It's actually not bad. If inflation was actually bad, we would never inflate in the real world, but the real world works on inflation. So yes, inflation is good. But there is a world where people love scarcity and collecting. In Zen world, the scarcest token known to man right now is going to be your optimism, your OP Zen. It's the most scarce. The amp is one, right? The ingredients, the chemistry of OP Zen is scarcity. And it's also in Ethereum. So like I would say, if you're here now, welcome back. We're 100% in Ethereum. We're not really messing with the rest of the chains because their natives are different. So most of the people in Zen are in some sort of Ethereum garden, whether it's the layer 1 or it's optimism because it has 1 amp, or it's base chain because base is a booming layer 2, right? It uses Ethereum, or it's denominated in Ethereum. And it really does look like a Ethereum derivative. Got a shout out today from Vitalik Buterin. That's my Russian. Follow me on X. This is the Zen community right now. Y'all burning everything. Y'all got no chill. But where is it at? Yeah, V gave him a shout out. What up? What up? Earn it. Earn it in the house. Earn it everything. What up, Quantum? Quantum in the house. Nope. Zen inflation. No, Zen inflation is forever. Please don't interact with the Zen contract. Hey man, yeah, don't interact with the Zen contract. It's flame forever, bro. Forever inflation. But yeah, see, look at Vitalik over here, giving a shout out to Base. Welcome to the full EVM stage 1 gang. He said gang on gang, twin. Vitalik, twin. This fool Jesse. Proud to be building alongside you. Spoken like a true trust fund baby. I'm like the Joker on base chain because I just want to steal all the blocks. I want to give it profound definition. That's what the fuck I'm trying to do to base chain. But shout outs to Base. You know, they taking their steps to becoming a derivative of Ethereum. And it has the funding of a S&P 500 company. So this is amazing, right? This is, again, I like Base. And as much as it's centralized, they're going for a culture angle, which means they're going to try their best to be in front of people and take market share because they have clout and connections, and it's just the way it is. Like, that's how the game go. I've learned this in many industries. So you can't use it as a distraction. You use it more as leverage. So leveraging Base because it has Zen is amazing, because now again you can still play the cypherpunk game on Base chain in the form of Zen. If you really believe in that shit, like if you really believe in sovereign ownership, why aren't you in Zen on Base? Because it's that. You turn a little bit of gas and take a little bit of time and you make your own coins. Like, we go right back to zero in the Zen shit. It never fucking ends. And if you're feeling like, hey man, I don't know, bro, I'm scared, then just go to Optimism Zen, because it has the ingredients to make you smile, I guess. Yeah, I like CB Zen more than Optimism Zen, because I don't know the snakes in the weeds over here. But I think we got something coming, so we're going to start seeing y'all. So I'm ready for this R&D on Optimism, because y'all been hyping it the fuck up. And I'm already over here right now, and as you can see from the beginning of the stream, I'm buying Optimisms in no disclosure. or open disclosure. I don't give a fuck. Connect, bro. What the hell? Uniswap super don't want you to use nothing but their chain. They're like, damn, how are we gonna compete with Base? Like, we make the pools. All right, we're getting a good discount here. Yeah, I'm gonna be watching XEN. It's on the radar. Now it's making some sense. Before it didn't make no sense, but after today, it's gonna make a lot of sense. And you guys find out in a second here. What up, Samson? What up, bro? Man, y'all cooking eggs and bacon and cheese in the morning? I had some granola and a banana and a hummus. And Costco bananas go crazy. If you got a Costco nearby. And the strawberries right now on fire. I don't know if it's strawberry season. I haven't asked the internet. But it tastes like it. Shit. Sure do taste like it. But yeah, I'm picking up XEN by the $5 by the hour, I guess, or by the feeling. I see that it's pumping. Man, I don't even know what to say. If you're in the join the Burns in Telegram. Like if you're not in the Burns in Telegram, I'm gonna put it in the chat. If you're on Twitter, you're fucked. You need to come to YouTube because that's where the crypto lore is anyways. Crypto lore is not on live stream. Like it's like a live streaming has lores in its own roots. And like YouTube is like the lore. I'm talking to people on X right now watching that are clicking and staying. X is not the lore. This is just where we project on X. But yeah, you come over to YouTube, hit the thumbs up over here. Join the chat over here. Talk enough, get a wrench. Actually, I need to give Quantum Architect a wrench because he be in this bitch. I just wrench up everybody that's been here. That's basically the vibes. So if you wanna stand out from the wrenches, because you're like I'm wrenching, that's what you get the hourglass for. Look at Erna and Dank, man. They out here. They got the fucking crypto bro hourglass showing straight up longevity. Salute to my brothers. We're gonna hang out one day, I swear. One day all this shit's gonna make sense, but it's making a lot of sense right now. But join the fucking Telegram. Okay, get the information so you're not living in the dark. All right, but yeah, you're here because you're like, I need to understand Zen. I need to know where to go. I don't know which one to choose. Again, I say start with ETH. If it's wrapped in ETH, that one's probably good. If it's wrapped in something else, you're probably gonna want to ask yourself, do I fuck with this, right? And then even if you're here for a long time, these are the correct questions to be asking yourself in general. Do I fuck with this? Right? Do the research, bitch. Stop waiting for someone to spoon feed you. Because then you're going to be on the backside. Because you learned late. Right? You got to beat the crowd. I still can't, man. I got to talk about this shit. How long have I been streaming for? I haven't been streaming for too long. 15 minutes. Salutes. Salute them. Talk, yeah, man. Talk if you're in the chat, bro. Fuck it. Don't be scared. It's just text. It's not like a fucking it's not like Twitter Spaces where you gotta actually make conversation. So yeah, look at this shit. So OP's in straight rocket ship right now. And it finally makes sense. I'm actually behind this. Oh, I'm not behind it, like it's not me doing it, but it's like I'm behind the information. So it's so funny to see like the community waking up because now people are starting to get it, and it took a real dap like X Burn to come out to move the chessboard, and Zen's been stagnant. Everybody's been waiting on the same narrative, right? On XEN, I hope we can get it back, guys. I really do. I feel like it has great potential. But yeah, it's just like, like put it this way. I sold some ETH Zen today for Optimism Zen. I'm at this stage where I'm like, fuck it, man. Y'all can have Ethereum here on my public wallet. Y'all can have this ETH Zen if you want. I still have crazy exposure, but like the staked exposure has been burning in my hand because I don't roll stakes on ETH. So it's been my main personal problem has been, do I convert 100% to layer 2s? And that's kind of what I've been talking about this whole week. Like, and it's pretty much confirmed now. Like, you can see what I'm saying. Ethereum is moving away from main layer. They're moving attention into bigger opportunities because layer 1 is not their niche. It's a store of value. You go back there. You don't start there, right? So they're looking for someone to take that angle and basically bring that operation to the next phase in the masses with higher TPS while they experiment with the older chain, right? I do think one day we will see a high TPS Ethereum, but the question at that point is like, it took them this long to make it, you know? It'd be novel. It'd just be like, oh, look at this like thing that they made, rather than like something people are trying to integrate into their new concepts. So that's why, again, I'm really bullish on base for these macro metrics of exposure. I think it's going to get really, really big, and it's going to be a great place to ground yourself for networking and for marketing. And the first people to really do it are going to be the ones, right? And it's not under the grace of ETH, it's under the grace of base. So it has a lot of different angles that can pop off. So yeah, I just think it's really good. And then you're gonna have other ones, right? Like Optimism, Arbitrum, and many, many more. So yeah, that's why I'm like, yo, the narrative is there. It's really hard to fight it. It's hard to just stay on ETH because I'm not in ETH anymore. Like, I've moved out most of it. Like, you know how like you have enough crypto staked where you're like, yeah, that's my bag. But then you just got like that little bit of crypto where you're just like, what do I do with this? I feel like that's where we are right now. I feel like a lot of people in crypto are at that point with their little bag, however little that bag is. Sometimes that shit could be 90% of the supply. They're like, I don't know. This is a little bag in my overall bags. This little bag. But in your bag, that's like your whole fucking bag, right? But yeah, that's kind of how I'm envisioning the entire ecosystem of crypto. Big players are looking at their tiny stashes that they've been moving around for maybe 4 to 5 years, trying to figure out, where do I go? Like, where is the next 10,000x? Like, where is that cypherpunk originality that just sins, right? I could kick back and chill, just let it do its thing. And yeah, unfortunately, in the layer 1 conversation, it's not Ethereum, it's Solana, it's Sui, it's Aptos. It's laughable layer 2 or laughable multi-layer fucking blockchain about to come out. It's gonna be called laughable.xyz, 10,000 TPS. This thing is so fast you cook your food on it. Literally, it pops out meals. This blockchain so fast it pays you to run the node. I don't know. Actually, that's like a X1. X1 so fast it pays you to fucking run the node. I'm not gonna get into X1 talk yet. I'm still talking about this whole layer 2 thing. So but yeah, Ethereum's layer 1 is a layer 2. So putting yourself in position on layer 2s is kind of smart right now, in my personal opinion, and how I'm writing things, because no one's really there yet, and they're still trying to figure out the tug of war of like, do I pick Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Solana? So like, knowing that people are over there, like in the Zen world, we have like a really big opportunity because we already know that ETH Zen's gonna win. So just being exposed to it again is is great. You shouldn't overexpose yourself, right? And maybe you set up yourself again so that your exposure works best for you. You know, I've been saying like 10 billion is all you need. You get 10 billion in, you're good. Right now you get 10 billion for like $600, and that's what I mean. You can up and down 10 billion all you want, right? You can hold it, you can sell it, you can hold it, you can sell it, but that's what you need to get in Zen. You need to get a solid number that you like, that feels like your position. All right. And when we flip the switch, because it's happening on the side chains, when we flip the switch, you need to be very comfortable with your stance here and how you're going to participate, right? Because participation isn't going to be based on C ranks when we get to burning. Participation is going to be based on how much do you got? How much do you actually have? How much can you actually burn? How much access do you actually have? So we've been, we've been living in the dark, but the dark is getting ready to come to light. No pun intended. Burn, right? And anybody can invent these burners. So we got our own little DeFi thing about to happen. And it's not like the rest of these chains that like copied us and shit. They know who they are. I'm sad that they actually put their people in that position yesterday. That was kind of dumb. Imagine you got out of XEN to get into the other thing. You're hurt. You're like, fuck. God damn, I could have just held on to this because it's still up. How up did XEN get yesterday? Damn, 78%. They're winning. The people who made this move though, they're smart. And whoever has XEN, they're smart. So yeah, the side chains are gonna be popping. The only other reason, I guess, here I'll give some more. I won't go so super fuddy on the other chains because you might have your natives over there and you might want to get involved. So you could totally do that. Like again, it's about your participation. So the burn will be your participation, and you're gonna want to have the whale side of the dead side. Like there's gonna be people who are whales when Zen's alive before it's burned, but then there's gonna be people who have the actual burn record and they're the actual whale. Like, you feel me? And that is what Zen Burn has shown us on CBZen, because the community is strong on base chain. A lot of good Zenians on base. A lot of people who understand crypto, and maybe Billy Boob, if you're still around, maybe you want to come to base chain because it's more active and it seems, again, like it's easy to build with. It got people moving. Literally, CBZen has the whole universe moving. But yeah, so maybe you might want to do another chain because you're dripped in the natives. So you're just gonna want to position yourself, in my opinion, a lot of different ways. I think right now what X Burner is showing us is that once you drop a burner, it becomes very real because the people who are speculating X1, they don't give a fuck about the Zen. Like they're about to burn that shit. So it's out of your hands. There's nothing you can do. You're either gonna watch the chart go up and you're gonna sell the chart because it's going up because the burners are showing up, or you're going to buy the chart because you're gonna FOMO speculation, or you're gonna be the whale of the alive Zen and you're gonna fold to what the fuck is happening, because either you're gonna want to give up the Zen or you're gonna really like it, and it's gonna be really amazing to see on OP Zen because it's not like CB Zen in this particular arena. See, in CB Zen, the crowd has already burned more than the number one holder. Here, there's somebody like dripping around, I think with like 100 trillion of this shit, if I'm not wrong. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe, is there not 100 trillion? How much OPs in is there? Oh, 56 trillion. Maybe it's 100 billion. So actually, we're gonna see. That's what I'm saying. We're gonna really get to see what happens when XEN starts to burn heavy. So right now, it's not really burning because it's not. But if you go to the contract right now, like on XEN, well, actually, this is what I'm saying. Join the Telegram because it's not finished, but there are some individuals in the chat. I don't know who they are, but they forked it. They forked XBurn. They fucking forked it. And now XEN has a burner. And they've been burning all morning. They're up to 91 million or billion. XEN burn. And me and Tree City West were like, what the fuck? At first. And then it was like kind of cool. First it was like, damn, this sucks. Like, now it's on another blockchain before we could release it, or before he could release it. I'm not the dev. And he has like a sick ass strategy for the XEN, but people have been banging on the door like, when XEN, when XEN. And the philosophy is that it's open source. That's the Zen world. Like anybody can do anything. We all got the same goal, which is burn as much as you can so that you can get X1 chain, right? Because that's the only way you're gonna get it. You can't buy the burn point currently. I don't think they'll have it. I don't think your burn point will actually be burnable. I think it's internal. It's attached to the wallet address as a record indexed into the blockchain immutably. So theoretically, they don't need to make a point. Like they don't need to make a physical token, an intangible physical token. Fuck. They don't need to make a token for the point. They could just simply, hit it, do an index, and then make a smart contract on the other side. Every time it goes through that index, it could just literally, you go in with a lump sum, and then as soon as you use that shit, it subtracts it always from your index. So you might see your Zen growing, but that contract would always know that wallet has used XYZ amount of Zen versus what's available. Like if you try to like hack the system. So that's why again, burn points are going to be interesting because that's for the person going to X1 and no one can stop that. You gotta stop Jack Levin. And no one has been able to stop Jack Levin yet. Yeah, you gotta stop Jack Levin. Or shut down the chain before the burn points pop off. If you're a real hater, turn off the chain. 367 validators online right now. You got to stop this. And this is where I'm at with it. Like, on this notion that like, whatever happened after right now, that shit doesn't matter anymore. Because there's two groups. There's a group that's burning the Zen because they're hyped as fuck for X1 chain. And then there's a group bringing online nodes because they're excited for X1 chain. So if you're coming back to Zen again, if you're coming back to Zen to try to find an opportunity, you're coming in at the right time because the community is expanding and they're doing their own thing. Like the fact they forked XBurn, it's just hilarious to me. Like, this is officially 100% community. The XEN one, the community really did it. Like they really did it. Woke up to this shit. And then I burned some because I was like, man, let me see if it works. And then I did a diff checker and we checked everything to make sure that it was 100% a fork. And it is. The only thing that they changed was the starting of the liquidity pool. So they started it with 50,000 XBurn versus our 1 million XBurn. So their chart is getting fucked because everybody already knows what to do, which is farm. And that's why I was like, oh man, yeah, here we are. The farmers are here. They did this shit on their own. Look at 9 holders, community spawned. And it's 100% a burner. So all it does is the same thing that XBurn does. XBurn that's what I'm saying. XBurn, this is where you're going to see this is where it comes from. But the one now on XEN is just hilarious because that's like community, like, oh, this is dope, releasing on XEN. But then you got this guy Tree City West making something, or he has another phase to XBurn that he wanted to release before the XEN version came out. And it kind of not necessarily messes up things, but that's like what it comes down to. Like, it's crypto, bro. Like, your shit might get forked, but this is weird because it's a pro community. Like, the community is like, yeah, we forked it, let's burn on XEN, and then they torch, and it's like, oh shit, yeah, that's what it's all about. Like, we're going to X1 chain. That's what Jack said. He said 10x burn points. He said it. I didn't say it, and people believe it. They burn it. So I'm joining. I'm like, yeah, fuck it. You guys got me. You guys got me to go to XEN. It was really hard for me to like come over and start to really expose myself. But now I'm excited to do the research to see who's really over here, because I want to know, like, that's what we see on CBZen, and it's really good for the community. If everybody knows the wallets right now just based on moves, like, you don't need to know who that person is, but it's like, oh, that person over there got 100 billion. Oh, that person over there got 50 billion. You start to get a really good perspective of your burn record competition, because also that person has to make the game satisfying for themselves, because they're the number one person. And as the Zen disappears, they become the number one holder. But again, it's harder to make Zen now. Like, the tokenomics on XEN come to life at that particular moment for that user. You were a whale up until Zen started to burn, because now a bunch of termites are about to show up on XEN and start hacking away at what they can get because of the recycle, right? So you can do the same thing here you can do on base chain, which is like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and burn 100 million CBZen. I mean, excuse me. See, I've been talking about CBZen for so long. XEN. And you can just do one day, because it's like, whatever, bro. We're just trying to burn. And then, yeah, you sign this. Less than a penny burn. So that's why, yo, at XEN, there's a lot of different, this opens up the rail for a lot of different things. So let's see. It says simulation might fail. Oh, never mind. It worked. So burn successful. And just so you know, this is gonna get what they're talking about is, since the community kind of spawned this, it's like it needs to be brought into XBurn or burnzen.com. So this is kind of like, again, an update where the community has invented the XBurn contracts. Well, not invented, but they essentially did the work. Like, if we were a small department of developers, somebody went ahead and developed all the contracts. They deployed all the contracts on XEN so that we can just plug it into this website and then change the RPC to XEN. And then now you're seeing these records, but on this site. So yeah, XEN XBurn is live and it's ready to be recycled. And we'll see how many people, again, are over here, because I think this is when you start to see, and you'll start to see people having to make a decision, because farmers like X1 burn point farmers, they're gonna be in control, because like pools like this, like the XBurn, they give people opportunity to just keep going, right? So like right there, I claim it, I go back over here. And we're going to turn it into some XEN. Oops. The farm. Right? And then you just swap these right back into XEN, and then you burn that. And now you're taking $25 or whatever, and you're just going to keep rolling. Like, you started with $25 worth of XEN. Now you can use XBurn to roll at least 4 times. And it depends on the sales ratios, because people could come in and then they can dump it. right? And that's kind of like the other part of it all. Eventually, it's gonna keep getting dumped because that's the whole game. But it's just like the one on CBZN. So every time this gets to 500 million OPZN, it's gonna swap and burn the total amount, and yeah, that's gonna help reduce XBurn supply. So it's pretty interesting. I think the most interesting thing of it all, though, again, is that a community member in Zen said, fuck it, I'm gonna do this, and then they didn't do anything to the contracts. That is amazing, right? Old crypto would totally be like some, like, I'm gonna launch a honeypot. Like the first link would be a honeypot. But in Zen world, everybody's on the same page right now. Now in the future, I can't promise that. So always do your own research. And again, these smart contracts, now that they've been verified, they'll be brought over into the burnzen.com interface so that people can have access to it, and not such a, I guess you can say, what do you call this? Like, this is kind of like a skeleton. But yeah, here's the link if you want to go. I had to let my team know. Drop the website. Shit. Dexes don't hold the keys, so I'm so confused. What y'all talking about? But yeah, like, so yeah, now we have this OPZen burner, and we're gonna start seeing OPZen burn, and then we're gonna start seeing who's really about OPP. Because if you're an OPZen person, you want to be, I mean, if you're welled up, you're gonna want to be like maintaining. I don't know what you're gonna want to do. Actually, I hope you guys dump it. Like, I was saying, I hope the haters show up, and then they hate the fact that this is going on because they're gonna lose positions. So they take profits now to try to hold it underwater in hopes that like X1 comes out before they run out of Zen. And that's like the doomsday scenario, that the person at the top is really gonna try to do that when there's only 1 amp, and the upside is after X1. Like the week after X1 is real, that's when you're gonna want to sell all your Zens, not before X1, right? And that's kind of why I'm like, oh, ETH Zen is it's not as alive as the side chains, and the side chains, they're like suffering from disinflationary factors already. And most of the Zen that's coming in the future is going to people that actually wanted it because there was no reason to do the action, right? They're like real super fans of Zen and shit. Like, how you know, you're still talking about that? It's like, yeah, bro, it's crypto. Like, I think it's crazy people stopped or went and looked for the gains instead of just being true to the timeline. It is what it is, though. But yeah, like, look at Zen right now. Zen hasn't, you know, it's not moving much. It's just doing its thing. It's just chilling. It's just waiting for. So, or this is how I think it's gonna go with Zen. We'll know when it's time to get into Zen because it's gonna pump. Like, you see how, like, right here it had this giant like candle. We're gonna see consecutive candles like this on ETHZen. Now on these like side chains like CBZen, OPZen, the communities are smaller and the supply is controlled better, is distributed better amongst believers rather than just grifters. So, and that's why I'm cautious on OPZen a little bit, because I'm curious of the grifters. I don't know about them over there. I know on base chain, when I started to get active, a lot of the whales were mentors, and they all kind of colluded together just by communication, just by like, hey, what's up, you know? And I know a few of them on OPZen, but I know that there's also, you know, snakes lurking in the grass, man. And I would love a discount because I didn't think that we would see an OPZen burner until after phase 2 of XBurn. So So to be, you feel me? Is this how crypto go, bro? This shit pivoted my whole experience. I'm like, oh man, now I gotta get into XEN because I know what's gonna happen. Like it already happened on base chain. As soon as people started to realize it, we haven't revisited the 2020 low, 420 low. See, 420 low, and it only goes higher. And then they're gonna try to sell because the people at the top think they think something's gonna happen. But again, it's more likely that they're actually, helping redistribute. And now that there's a burner, the buyer is actually burning. It's not like the classic buyer that was just staking it. This buyer is actually taking that shit and putting it into the furnace. So you're losing your burn point by selling your XEN. But maybe you don't give a fuck. This is like the fun quantum game happening on the chain, on the chart right now. So I wonder, like, can we do this on Ethereum? Why is anybody scared? Somebody should take Xburner now and release the contracts on ETH. Just keep it community going. Like, just keep the cha-cha train going, y'all. Someone take the Xburn contracts from CBZN and do the same exact thing. Just launch it on ETH. Pay the Ethereum fees. Be the first person to start burning and get the Xburn before everybody else. So, yeah, because doesn't mean it's open source. It's freedom. It's only gonna evolve from here. You can only take less at this point, right? That's what the idea is. 80-20 is one of the best bargain associate trades, right? So, oh, you're just an associate, like you're just helping me out. Like I'm gonna make 80% of the profit. I'm gonna break you off 20 because I got you in the situation, right? So that's when you bring the CB to Xburn, you're gonna take 80% of the burn to your points, and then you're gonna take 20% of that XEN and contribute it to a liquidity system that essentially can improve the price of your CBZN, because now there's this other vehicle utilizing the CBZN, utilizing the OPZN, utilizing the ETH to keep the engine going, right? To keep those pistons firing and keep people excited. Like that's all we're missing. But yeah, maybe this is how history is supposed to write itself, to take some of the stress off the dev, because we got GPT and people all around the world and everybody asking for the same thing. But yeah, that's all, because that's all it is. Don't alter the contract, just keep it the same, and then people will show up and start burning, and then we can get an actual evaluation on what it feels like, right? But I do think it would be cooler if it just happened with without the like bang. That's how it's pretty bizarre. It's really, really wild. XEN is my choice. ETH is a bit expensive for the grifters. Not necessarily, Ash. Ethereum has market makers, so most of the market makers hold it. So unless you're holding $10,000 worth of Ethereum Zen, like you're kind of at the mercy of market makers. That's kind of what I mean by CBZen, though. You can have like $100 of CBZen right now, and it can grow. And when it grows, you'll have a good understanding of the community, and then you'll have better positioning. You won't be like living like you can really use the coin. You know what I'm saying? Like Zen, you can't use it. So that's why there's no grifters, because you can't use it. But as soon as you start using it, the grifters will show up. And that's kind of why I'm saying, like, you'll never be able to position higher than them on Ethereum. And that's a good thing, because that means it's going to go moon status. Because to get higher than the next person is to really put some stake in the game, and it could be millions of dollars. On CBZen and Optimism Zen, that $1 million might be $10,000. But if you get enough $10,000 to pile behind each other, that's how you get these SHIBs, right? That's how the original crypto space all worked out. It was just a whole bunch of people bringing $10,000, right? They all pile in behind each other, and then they push one mission. I mean, yeah, I was thinking about this earlier today. I was like, yo, it's such a geek culture in today's crypto world. It's zero cypherpunk. It's zero recycling of the energy. Like, there's no green engine in crypto right now. All these engines distribute pollution. Every single fucking one of these stupid ass fucking blockchains I'm looking at right here, they're all fucking retarded. Even Solana. I mean, even Solana doesn't redistribute itself back into itself because it's giving to the people, in my opinion. Like, if your blockchain can give back to somebody, and then they come back, and then it gives them more, and then they're like, shit, I'm gonna come back again. Like, that's actually creating something, I think. And we used to have that before proof of stake. And we're like 8 years into this craziness. I don't think it's sustainable. And that's why we're watching the worlds fall apart, and we have X1 kind of at the end of the tunnel. We have XEN on the journey. So, you know, this is what we're supposed to use. Like, this is it. Like, we can start using XEN, and it will attract so many people. It won't be like, again, everybody has to look the same. Everybody has to say the same things. It's just that everybody knows what the mission is, right? The mission is to get to X1 chain, which is going to be the best chain ever in a lot of different ways. Jack actually just released some new stuff about it. What's this man's name? Cypherius? G every wallet. What's up, Josh? Radio on, internet Zen. My OP Zen is still staked. Man, that's sick. But yeah, that's what you got to ask yourself. In my personal opinion, I've been asking myself that a lot, but it's up to you. You can live whatever way you want to live in Zen world. You can have whatever mansion you want to have. I feel like I want to be always at the Pico front of every trend in Zen. And to be at the Pico front, you're probably going to want to have, again, the best position heading into X1 chain, because that's where we're headed. There hasn't been one actual like push off of that mission. Ever since Zen started, the idea has been to bring all the chains together. And we've been building on how we do that. First, it was like, oh, maybe there'll be a DEX. And then XeNFI came out and tried to fulfill that. But yeah, like there's been renders already of like what people believe the thing will be that's going to bring all the chains together while we wait for X1. But now that we're further into the future, it's like, yeah, X1 as a hub, as a group of nodes is fucking powerful, because this can expand. And that's what crypto is all about, distribution systems. So the ideology that now you have people in the X1 world who are like, yo, this is going to expand, and I can expand along with it. I can add more bandwidth, right? That's what some people are on over here. And those people are the ones that are burning Zen as well. Adding more bandwidth to X1 is burning Zen. Because if you burn Zen, the signal becomes very loud. Look at the signal we got going on CBZen, and we're not even trying to be loud yet. People are still trying to figure it out because it's only been 10 days, right? There's still a lot of Zen out there to be burned, and that's what we're waiting for. Jack hasn't even talked about it yet. I think that's pretty bullish. I think it's bullish that Jack hasn't spoken about X-Burn, and someone already forked it because they're in the world with us and they know that if we did it, they can do it. I think that is like, this is what I was talking about yesterday, but I was saying like, not every leader has this effect where their influence is installed into the person after them. And then who, you know, and then if that person can bring more influence as the person, as you know, that influencer, that founder, like it's like an extension of them. Some people who are like this is like Steve Jobs. Like Steve Jobs made people better. And then now we've seen like ever since he died is like, damn, Apple has never been able to recover because they don't have like the conductor that's giving off the energy to make other people feel like they're doing something. So yeah, I think there's a few people who can do it. For some reason, Jack got it. I mean, he's cypherpunk though, and he old. He like in his 50s, so you know he's big brother Jack. You know, he's up there, and it's kind of his move right now. It is his chessboard because he's in his 50s, so it's a man of his stature or whatever that would take on this challenge. Not me, like I'm in my mid 30s, like I'm looking for the person trying to do that. So I understand the blueprint, and this is kind of where I'm going with it. We have another physical blueprint proof just by someone making the X burn on XEN without our consent. Like, nigga, what the fuck? You just blew up the spot. They're like, my bad, man. I'm over here. I'm just trying to figure it out too. I'm like, all right, fuck it then. Run it. We deal with ambiguity. So yeah, Jack hasn't talked about X burn, and if we burn enough, he can't stop himself from not talking about it. And that's where I think we can force the matrix, where he goes, yeah, actually, this is how I want it to be, community driven burning. Like, I want people to burn how they want. And if they want the glory to say, hey, we burn this much Zen, the community is burn is like a vote. And that's why if you have a lot of Zen, you should take integrity in your Zen. Don't go over here to OP Zen. You know, I would say wait until it gets on the burnzen.com if you're nervous. I just dropped a link, so scroll up in the chat. But yeah, wait for it to come over here if you want, if you're nervous. And then you can start burning. But yeah, that's where it goes. Is like your burn, it turns into a vote, because who you burn with, you can't get it back. So you're gonna need to make sure you feel good about that participation, or be ready to take an L, because you know at least you're getting the X1 point, right? And that's what it's all about. That's what I personally think designing burning should be all about. It shouldn't be about some developer getting something. If they want to get something, they should have a really good scheme or, you know, they should, you know, develop an app and provide a service. And then in the name of Zen, like this would really start to increase our productivity of how we're using the Zen. And again, we're all just bouncing ideas off of each other with this new matter we have, because it exists. The amp is going down. Disinflationary is real, right? So it's up to us, right? And we're going to see people shake, and we're going to see people participate. Let's see. I think this is an account that I always be selling. They've been dormant for a minute. Let's see what they did. Tree City West made OPs in Burner 2. Nah, somebody forked it. They took all the codes and then they put it on they launched it on Optimism, and then they connected it to this website. Cause that's all it is. Like, you just put a contract on the website, or what do you do? Or this is what we've been saying, like the burning is as simple as calling the right contract on the Zen contract. So that's all they did. They just took what Tree City West develops, and then they just launched it on Optimism. So now that it's an immutable contract, where again, it's all it does is it takes 8%, or it takes 20% of your initial burn, and it sends it to the liquidity pool to create stability with OPZen. And then X burner is created for every 1 million Zen burned. So it's the same exact thing. That's why at first it was like, damn. But then I went and I was like, now they're forcing, like, well, I guess half of it was just like, now they're forcing me to go and look at this shit, because I don't know who they are. So I had to go and look at it. But then, yeah, I looked at the contract already, and I did diff checker. And the only thing that came up different again was they changed this line 105, the initial supply, they started it at 50,000 instead of 1 million. So, I mean, it makes sense. They're trying to like predict because XEN has less supply. Or I don't know. I don't know what they did, why they did it like that. I don't know. It's community shit. If you don't like it, make your own. Make your own fucking burner. Damn, look at this 200 on the 1 minute on Solana. Can we come back? Crypto is down bad right now. People are really FOMOing out on the sell in May walk away ritual. I don't even know what to say about it. Do you just sell in May and walk away? I don't know. Fuck it. I'm into Zen right now. Shit. We ain't got that shit going on over here in Zen world. It was happening for a second, but now everybody's like standing still again because they're like, oh wait, it does not mean that the burn points get cheaper. I had tweeted this on my shit. Hold on. Wait, what did this guy talk about real fast? He's trying to get everybody hip to this. He's going for a payment channel. So now he's trying to teach everybody on this shit. But this is just marketing. It's going to take Jack Levin a second to get this off the ground. He'll surprise me if he can do it in under 2 years. Like if he can make an impact in payments in his first 6 to 7 months of launching X1, I'm going to be like, damn, I didn't know payments was hurting that bad. That's how I'm going to be feeling. Like, wow, that shit was waiting for X1. And he's seen a target market. Like he's seen his product market fit using the SVM because he has the connections. So right now he's doing a lot of education on this. Oh, okay. Oh, actually, this is something different. Hold on, let's see this. He says, seeking a Rust native as an intern to help bend the tie-in. The tie-in validator to our will. We're pushing the limits on 375 nodes on X1 testnet. Fast blocks, no safety rails. If crypto is your weapon of and decentralization is your cause, DM. Compensation, future X1 tokens, warrants. X1 isn't a project, it's a protocol uprising. Lols. That's funny. Hey, that's how you do it though. This is actually trending right now. A lot of people are using X as a dev way to find other developers. And this is why it's really important too. Like if you're new in crypto, like get hip to developing. Use AI as a tool. Make projects. Get exposure. Get experience. So then that way you can help build the next worlds. Right? We need builders to build next worlds. They're gonna be made because now it's obtainable. You don't need to go to EDU. You just need, again, time and projects and understanding and passion. If you got that shit, you're good, bro. If you're missing one of those, then you're not good. Like if you don't have time, you don't have time. I think that's why people fall out of crypto because they really don't got time for crypto. I've made a lot of time for crypto in my last like 10 years of being in this space. Like pretty much made every day worth crypto, dreams about crypto. But that might just be my call to action because it is what it is. But if you're someone who's deving and you're starting to feel this way, this is how you get involved. Definitely. I don't really repost Jack too much, but I'll repost this. But yeah, what they're trying to get figured out right now is this thing. They're trying to do this thing on X1 where you have like a pre-confirmation transaction to speed up transactions by 20 milliseconds. Or you'll see a transaction in less than 20 milliseconds because if you have like, let's say you're going to send somebody $5 and in your wallet you have $100, X1 will have like a pre-confirmation tag that a developer can use so that way they can speed up their payments. So it's like, oh, we'll enable a channel where if that person has $100, it will be showing while the transaction is happening. That way, before the block confirms, someone can get their payment, and you don't have to wait for the blockchain to block. You just get your payment, and you'll see it pop up on your wallet and stuff. So this is where he's going. Now X1 is going from a decentralized hub into a payment hub. He's been explaining how and why this is important. And I mean, yeah, it's like every step there's another phase of this whole like big ass idea, and you can contribute to it by developing on top of it because it's free access. Right? Like you can make internet essentially. That's what we're doing with Xburn. We're making internet, and somebody else decided to make it to join the party with us. They're like, yeah, let's make some internet on fucking on XEN, and you could test it out too with XenPub. So if you use XenPub's burn detector, you can burn on XEN a little batch, and then if it works, you can go. I mean, I know it's gonna work, but if you see that it works, you're like, all right, cool, I can burn a big bag, and then go ahead and start doing that shit. Zen being a multi-network, there's a lot of Zen that's unaccounted for with burning. XEN is just a single piece. Yeah, I mean that's what that is a true fact, Ash. There's a lot of Zen out there just waiting to be burned. But that's kind of why I'm done with the like chase XNT. Because I think again the whales have already won on most of these other chains that aren't in Ethereum. Ethereum, there's the wrench in Ethereum Zen chains is that you didn't get the ETH for free. You had to buy it or obtain it. So that makes it more fair than like a Pulse chain or a Doge chain or a Phantom or EVMOS, or anything else, because majority of these other chains people got for free. Like Binance chain, basically we got that for 50 cents. If you were really around, you probably got BNB for 50 cents before it went to $17, and then from 17 to 600. So we know the story over there, right? I don't need to go down that rabbit hole. But yeah, that's kind of why, again, the multi-chain network ideology is a billboard, but condensed and compressed, it's really about Ethereum because the attack is on layer ones. So again, I think it's ETH world is going to be super strong, but it's waiting on Jack to say something. Or again, we can experiment, guys. We can totally experiment. Somebody take Xburn, launch it on ETH. Just do it. Maybe lessen the gas. I don't know how you got to do it. I told you to get into XEN forever ago. No, I'm in XEN. I'm just now, how do you say this? I buy Zens and do things. And I was not going to buy no XEN until I figured out what y'all was going to do. Because I don't want to get dumped on. So I was DCAing. But like right now, you get what I mean? Like now I can buy XEN and you can dump on me. I don't give a fuck. And it's beneficial. Like even CBZen, there was a moment in time where you were just getting dumped on the whole time. And I think after this part, we just did something different. Because CBZen, we had to build stakers. So this dump in CBZen, and we're looking at the hourly. We're not even looking at the daily. Daily tells this story where everybody's running out of time. Look at this fucking pent up energy happening on CBZen. Bro, why don't, like, that's what I'm saying. I get it. I get excited about XEN because it's like 1 amp, but that's internal. That's amongst the Zenians. If it's going to be on us to build rails for people to get to optimism because no one cares about it. Everybody cares about base chain. Like base is layer 2 in noob land layer 2. So being a whale in CBZen is crazy wild, like, cause you can obtain it. Or you've had time to obtain it, but like in XEN, you've actually not been able to be a whale for a long time. You were better off minting it because they got the best price because it's sub-zero mints. Oh yeah, I seen this happening today. The burn shows up and then instantly people start making XEN because like I told y'all, we're gonna move into a Zen world where C ranks are made per minute, not per hour. Like all the time, like people are gonna be making them because they're gonna want an advantage. And optimism, that's the only reason to make C ranks, is to pump it a little bit and to burn. So then that way you're getting 10. So this is gonna keep inflating. And that's why the staking is interesting. So it's all very interesting. It's all very interesting. OPZen is very interesting. That's why I'm trying to like not be another reason why I rather keep the play to myself. T-Law Fitness. That's why I'm being very critical about OPZen. So it's almost a self-play for everybody that's participating. Because we don't know what's going to happen because we need to shake the top. Right? If we shake the top of OPZen and we introduce the random introduction is the burners, because they're going to be burning the little bit of OPZen that would naturally be stagnant. And then that's what's going to create the shakeout. Right? Because every time somebody sells their X burn into OPZen, they're taking OPZen out of the pool. And then they're going to burn that shit. And that's what's going to make a floor. And we're going to go up from there. Right? That process happens over and over again. And then if a really big person, which I'm assuming will happen once Tree gets everything set up, somebody on OPZen that has a lot of OPZen that wants to stay in position of the burn, they're going to have to burn. Because the burner has been introduced. It's not like ETH, it's not like DBZen where there's a gated experience. Like in DBZen, you got to give it Ethereum in order to play. But on Xburn, you just burn. There's no extra shit. It's just you're burning. So the whale now is at the mercy of this dApp because you can't stop it. Like you can't stop people from burning more than you and changing the narrative. And then now you're sitting in this position. I mean, it's a glorious position because you're like, I've got all the coins. I am the king on the hill. And everyone is waiting for you to sell. Right? So, and it's like, damn, now I can't sell. Or do you sell now? Like that's where I'm at with those people. Usually if you're in this position this early, don't you typically sell right now before everyone can see you? Or it's like Zen gonna be the one's token where actually they're gonna hold it and we're gonna see Valhalla. So that, I mean, as a speculator, that's what I'm speculating on. I think they're gonna hold it. I think all these whales are gonna hold their tokens. They're not gonna sell them because now is not the time. Let people recycle and burn away all of the tokens. So then you have the position. And then when the vultures are itching, they're swinging the shit out of the chart, trying to see if they can get this person to accidentally oversell and have to get out of their position. I mean, I think that's a good fight to wait for. It's possible now on OPZen because the market cap is so high. It's higher than CBZen because CBZen has higher inflation. But CBZen, again, I think it's on a bigger network. So it needs to be valued in the technology, which it is. Zen. If OPZen can fly, so can CBZen, so can regular Zen, so can PZen, right? It just needs all the right ingredients for it to have that type of expression. Or it needs believers. It needs the community members to keep buying up the chart. That's all it needs. And as a community member that has been doing that, that's why I know y'all don't got enough. You get 4 to 5 people buying up a chart and burning, and that's you 10x that, and then the coins become dust. That's why I'm like, yo, I gotta move in right now. Fuck that. Before the stakers start to burn. I think I showed you guys how to find stakers. Well, it's kind of hard to find the staker if no one's staking right now, but go to the contracts, go to advanced. Let's see if we can find the stakers. What's up, Lou? What it do? These payment systems like Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal need to use blockchain tech. They need to use X1 tech. Yeah, we'll see. I think Square's gonna come out with their own payment rail though. That's why I'm like, I see the angle, but the real angle in X1 is getting users online. In my personal opinion, I see Jack's angle, but personally, I think you need to keep building trust in the nodes, because we already won. So yeah, you can sprinkle out some hopium. Hey, we're gonna maybe go for like Cash App, but that's kind of where I'm like, I would love to see you do that. Until you do it, now that I don't believe Jack can do. I do believe Jack can work with a PayPal and get PUSD on like a X1, and then like that's how I think that's actually a better angle. Provide a platform for the products. Like that's actually way better than what Cash App is. Cash App is the platform, and that's a lot to juggle. Like look at Jack Dorsey, he working his ass off. I don't think Jack wants to work that hard. No man. Let me see if I can find the withdrawal. Jeez. Yeah, this method is so hard to find. I need to save it. That's what I need to do. I need to bookmark the withdrawal method. Just tried. This is gonna be too hard. Oh well. But yeah, you could start monitoring the withdrawals. If you get a chance, bookmark the withdrawal method on the XEN contract, and then you can just see who's doing what. I see that people are getting like 2 million. So the numbers on over here are so tiny, bro. Compared to XEN, like in XEN, you need 1 trillion. I mean, excuse me, in CBZN, you need trillions. So to see the tiny numbers over here is kind of funny. So it is very fair. Anybody can just step into XEN right now and take it over. And it was sent to Valhalla, like it go to $1 million. That's where it probably should be right now. XEN should probably be at 1 million. What the fuck is going on here? Let me go to daily. Yeah, I mean any XEN below 346 market cap is free. That's like free burn points, because the real war for XEN is going to be above 1 million. And that's why, yeah, the DCA was sick, but like the get the fuck in, that might be happening right now. That might actually be happening on XEN. That's what I was waiting for, the get the fuck in. Because the only signal that you were going to get the fuck into XEN was Jack creating a burner. But I think the community creating a burner is a way cooler narrative. Like, damn, they hijacked the burner, but they didn't. They just said, why are y'all waiting? And then they did it. So, yeah, XEN, don't get bearish now, motherfuckers. Y'all was bullish. Y'all was bullish. XEN, don't get bearish. Don't get bearish now. Now I see why everyone's positioning is posting about XEN. Their talk about expert launching on XEN, I saw in the Telegram. Yeah, I think that's what happened. I think the European bros wanted it so bad that they daisy chained themselves with us because of the performance. So that's why I'm like, yo, shout outs to the support. Because I'm just chilling and I'm watching the community do this. So this is what I mean. This is the power of the Zen community. If we come together and do things, magic is going to keep happening. But the further the more we let people take us and tear us apart because they're not down with X1, the longer it's going to take for us to make this magic happen. Right? That's why I don't really talk in spaces or anything. I just be chilling on my little stream, talking my little bullshit. Because yeah, it's in you. It's in one Zenian at a time. It is not in a group. when we come together as a group, right? That's again when the forces join, we're unstoppable. But it's a solo game until we're all needed to pop up and fix the world. So this is dope. Keep this shit going. Y'all are the truth. We'll see how long it takes the homie to put this up and you know, get the burner over, because I'm not gonna post this on my X account. If you want to get ahead, here, I'll post it again in the chat here. Shit, I might have to bend the knee for XEN. Laugh my ass. Hey man, you might have to. I had to do it. I've been wanting to buy more XEN. That's why I've been sitting on. Well, this is my whole strategy right now. I've been sitting on this XEN. It's just been hurting my stomach. And I'm like, you know what? When crypto, bruh, sells, charts typically move. They typically move. And I have like my tag on. So my thought is like, yo, if I sell the public bag and just get the fuck out of Ethereum and stop trying to be public about it and just be an ETH, because that's how it is. You don't need to be in public with the Ethereum. It's gonna make it. It's good. It's doing very well. But you do want to be having external CBs external OPs in. You want to be rotating the shit out of these coins before the attention, because now again you get the most for being early. So that's why like I've been waiting to shift my attention, you know, into something else. So again, yeah, we buying regulars in, but I'm really waiting for Jack to say something to make it exciting. And usually when it's all said and done, when he can't take it anymore, it goes up. So that's kind of why I'm like, bro, I don't know if y'all do that. I don't know. Y'all ever do that? Like, you're like, yo, I gotta make this make some sense. So you just fucking, you just start trying to fuck with reality. If I sell, reality gotta do the opposite. Let's see. Usually it does the opposite. That's like me in my Solana position right now. I'm like, man, I need this thing to do the opposite. It's like now it's doing the flopposite. It's doing the full flopposite. It's like, you should have held your coin, you dummy. And that's why, yo, I'm done with the whole trading thing. These coins are for when you need them. They are not what they used to be. If you want to hold a coin you like. Other than that, I don't know why you in crypto. Like, why in the fuck are you here? Go invest in some real shit, like real estate or stocks. Like, now it's starting to hit me like, yeah, it's going to be really hard to get to those people, because they got to get everybody off of this layer 1 thing. And they got to, the pro users got to be the only people in layer 1, and the noobs got to be in layer 2. And then the smart noobs can then send the new noobs to layer 3. Right? And then that's when you're using PayPal USD on X1 chain, because you're a noob level number 3, and you didn't know you could just get X1. Like, damn, I've been using X1 this whole time. I could have got it for free. I was like, yeah. Yeah. I just quantumed the whole thing. Facts. It is a community token. Community builds the value. For real, yo. That's why it's like it's crazy just to see this happen, and I am honored to be a part of the ship. And let's see how much more CBZen we can burn. I'm the most in CBZen. I'm gonna keep my bullish sentiment on CBZen that we're gonna take over base chain, and OPZen is gonna be our stable coin. So go get you some stable. Go get you some stable Zen, which is gonna be OPZen. Let's get some more of that before we get up out of here. Let's see how much. The strategy is you take $5 and you put it in, and then you build your understanding of how much it costs from $5 in ETH, so 0.22 ETH, or we're just gonna round up and say 3 ETH, 2 zeros and a 3. That's $5. That's 10. That's 1 million OPs in, right? Or is that 1 billion? Oh, it's 1 billion OPs in. So like I like this type of strategy because now your burn points, like you can think of it like, oh, I'm getting 1 billion burn points for $5 or 2 zeros and a 3. And every time I get more points for the same amount, I'm winning. Like no one can take that away from you as a burner. That's what they try to take away from you when they strip you of your zenication. When they take your really smart understanding of everything, and then they've try to make you not understand it anymore. That's how I think of it. But yeah, this is a good way to start building an understanding of like how much you want to burn and then how much you can get. And it's really important on XEN because there's no inflation. Damn, where am I at? Oh, I'm at the, you need to get the fuck off here. But yeah, how you can build an inflation scenario for XEN is you can just use XEN Turbo. Fuck, invite Zencat. Zencat can come to the cookout. The summer cookout, the Zen summer cookout. That sounds fire. So, this is funny. It's like now I'm introducing the burner. This is the burner agency. The burner is going to come in and they're going to look at XEN based on the day. Because that's how you're going to get the best ratio. And what's cuckoo right now about XEN is the G ranks are kind of funny. Go to G rank, slide to the bottom. So it's been pretty low, but again, like I was saying, today it's exploded because the burner showed up, and now you're gonna have people who've already done the math, and they're like, oh damn, this is my signal to start making XEN that maybe I can sell if everything gets really wonky. So they want to know how much it's gonna be, and it's like 14 a day. You can make like 14 Zen a day, I think. Let me see if it's changed. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and just do what I see on average right now, which it looks like we got 1 day. Oopsies. 1 day. And then with the users, we'll have probably an average of, let's just say 25,000 C ranks are being made until this boost up. Like this could boost up like easy. And we'll look at a variable with it boosted up. But then with the VMUs, you can only get 128. I've tried to do more. I think actually I did do a bunch. What did I do? That's what I'm saying. I already experimented with this part where I'm like, oh, what is it like to do a day thing? Yeah, it was these. Oh yeah, 150. So you can get 150 VMUs. That's easy. That's about the max. I was doing 157, 158, but it was really having a hard time. Not much air above 150. So we do 150 VMUs. Free alpha. Finna burn one. You heard? What up, Tree? This fool said finna burn one. Lols. Finna burn one. Literally. 1 day. So we hit calculate. We see OP right here. So minted rewards is okay. Yeah. So it's still 21 million. Yeah, this hasn't changed. The only way to really change this number again is to boost the users after you. So like, let's say your users after you, for some reason it reaches like 1 million. Now you have 2,850. So you added 700 OPs in. So OPs in is very, very funny because again, you can make it for free, but it's attached to X1 chain. So it's like encouraged to make, because now again, to burn it would be that you wouldn't want to buy it. Right. So how much is I mean, yeah, that could be I mean, yeah, I don't know, man. We're gonna have to see what happens. That's just like the whole thing. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Is there an OPs in burn here? I'm flipping back and forth so much. Yeah, here. Yeah, you see, like X burn is hella high. This is like a well token right now. Cause like, yeah, like it doesn't really make any sense. See, yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, we're in a weird territory with OPs, and y'all wanted it, so y'all better fucking take care of it. I'm not on this one. I'm on OP. I'm on CBSN. I like taking care of inflation. That scarcity shit, that is gonna be weird. But it looks like there could be a moment where if you're transforming Zen on OP Zen, you know, it is basically free money. So how, like, what happens? Who gets the free money? You know, are you gonna? Because you could just make it by the day now and just burn it and just keep burning it, and then try to enter the auction because you're ahead of everybody. You've just been burning the whole time. You're just like not giving a fuck. Sub pennies, everything. And again, you could maybe go and buy this off the DEX. That's when, yeah, the DEX has to basically OPZens needs to balance out, because it's like so unbalanced to start burning. Yeah, 4 zeros. Yeah, we'll see what happens, bro. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't have a lot of coins, so I don't dictate what happens here. It's gonna be all on the community. If you guys keep burning, then it will tell. Time will tell, and that's kind of why, again, the question would be at that point. It will be on optimism, really, because optimism is providing free block space. Man, I don't know, man. I don't know. This is different than OPZen. I mean, CBZen. CBZen is inflation scares people away from making coins. But if you can burn OPZen every day for sub pennies and get XNT for the reverse amount, like, people might speculate on that shit, and it would clog up the chain. Or I don't know, it would raise gas. I don't know. I've seen OPZen go up though. Not a lot of people can use it, so it's gonna be yeah, it's just gonna be very fascinating. Again, I liked base chain because from the research, it looked like it could handle a lot of interaction. So this is just we're all in the experiment now, and yeah, I'm copping OPZen the whole time. 100 VMUs, that's it. Even then, it wants to get rejected. Yeah, that's the full throttle for sure. That is. If you ain't got 2 cents to mint, you should not be in crypto. Yeah, I mean, the minters are always going to win because they're going to have the best position. So that's the same thing at OPZen. If you were to still mint, you would, I mean, that's where the greed will come in. People will tell you that buying it would be better than minting it. But then if you mint it for the burn, you would actually get more tokens for burning than you would if you bought it. Or because you'd be cheaper, you know, so the $5 you spend on the DEX, you could spend $5 minting with a script, and then bam, you know, you're getting a lot more at some particular point if the DEX decides to catch up. And then you also have the stakers. They have 14% still, and it doesn't drop to 13% until June 7th. So the stakers still have a lot of sell pressure on OPZen. So there is some critical things. Again, like, Don't go over the OPZen and just think that it's gonna go to Valhalla, but it's gonna take a lot of community arrangement so that it can go to Valhalla. But if there's chaos members that have a lot of supply and they don't want it to go up, then yeah, it doesn't have to. But I've already seen this on CBZen, so hopefully people want it to go up. And this is what you'll have. You'll have people buying it like myself for both burning and for speculation. Because why not get a couple burn points to play some lobbies on OPZen if they're going to be bonus point lobbies? Like, this is also kind of funny. What if it's a 30-day thing where like you're burning your points on every moon party? Or like, that's what I'm thinking. Like, it'd be like there's an initial burn for a lot of tokens where you're using those burn points for a lot of tokens. And that's one of the auctions. And then there's the moon party auction where you can burn a shit ton of stuff and the burn points to try to like offset everything. If you want to like, you know, steal the auction, you can like throw in the burn point to be like, fuck it, I'm still burn Zen and I got everybody hooked. So yeah, that's like, again, why you're still going to want to have burn Zen on popular networks, because that's like where you'll be able to grab some XNT from like the auction, like being kind of dead because everybody's done everything. And you're like, oh shit, I still got some. Boom. And then the auction comes back and then you're like, oh cool, I got some Zen. Now I can sell it because I got the XNT. I brought it over to the Zen. And I recycle, blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of different ways. But yeah, man. Oh, today is April 30th. It's the last day of the April's 2025. Tomorrow is May. May the force be with you, as they say on the 4th. And we'll see what tomorrow brings. But burnsin.com, burnsin.com.